Hello and welcome. This video we are going to discuss and look at function of shoulder blades in regards to shoulder function itself and being able to safely, effectively pass force through the arms, the limbs, the shoulders. So biggest thing that we want to try to get away from is constantly taking our shoulder blades back and down. All right, that's one that's been around for a long time. It really only gives use in this position here. You can't really do much else, right? Especially because we are restricting very movable pieces. So if I take my shoulder blades back and down, like I said before, you're only going to be available to access strength here. You're going to be limiting mobility here because if I want to move my arm overhead, I got to move my shoulder blades, and we're going to start to crack and disconnect that trunk or the cylinder, the rib cage. Because a lot of times when we squeeze our shoulder blades together, right, the sternum drives up to the ceiling, and then we jam down and we do that anti-shrug, and now all of a sudden we start to fire up all the nerve endings in our neck, which are saying, no, don't go there, come back. I've had a torn labrum in my right shoulder for probably 7 years, 8, maybe more than that now. I have never had any more issues with my shoulder than when I was trying to constantly be back and down for everything. The more back and down I forced my shoulders, the more issues I had in my neck, the more issues I had in my shoulder, function-wise, mobility-wise, pain, discomfort, all that. The moment I started to realize that it's not about restricting shoulder blades, it's about making sure that we're minimizing movement of the rib cage and maximizing movement, strategic movement of your shoulder blades to help give the limb or give the shoulder joint, the shoulder complex, the ability to take force through it and pass force out or away from the body or towards whatever it might be. This is one of those big ones that if you start to free the shoulder blade up, moving properly, you're going to have way more control and way more ability to do a lot of things, especially overhead, than you thought you had before. The only thing that I am limited to personally is throwing a ball overhead. I can't throw a ball anymore with this arm, or else it'll just dislocate. But everything else, I can train overhead. I can do it. I have no limitations in the sense of what I can't try. I can do pull-ups. I can do all that stuff. But it's because I learned how to control my shoulder joints by trying to learn how to control my shoulder blades. Quick little spiel on that one. We want to make sure that this kind of action back and down, where we're going all the way to one end and all the way down, is out of the picture. We don't want to take things to an end range. Just like your pelvis, you're doing pelvic tilts all the way under or all the way back, right? We know that we want to find neutral. So with the shoulders, let's find neutral. This is not neutral. Easy way to find neutral: shrug up, squeeze a little bit, and then gently just relax. Let them fall where they are. That is neutral. We want to try to keep the shoulder blades flush to the rib cage. The rib cage is round, right? We're not made of square things. We don't have hard, sharp corners. We're round. The rib cage specifically is round. Your shoulder blade is meant to glide around said rib cage. When we start to change the rib cage, you see the little wingingness going on this scapula here. As soon as we start to, squeeze together, change the rib cage position, move the shoulders up, down, whatever it is, we start to pull them off of the rib cage. When that happens, we start to lose structural integrity of the shoulder, because now essentially the back portion of the shoulder joint is not in use. It's probably frozen, it's stuck, it doesn't move well. The moment we can free up the shoulder blade to travel more around, kind of from behind the shoulder to underneath the shoulder, as opposed to all the way to the midline and back, and all the way down to the back pockets, if we can get that type of motion, we can actually feed good structural support and good use out of our limbs with a lot better health for our shoulders, a lot less worry about transferring load to the lower back, and you're probably honestly going to take a lot of issues out of your hips. If you want to learn some more, come back. Maybe I'll do some more.